Probably try and get, a path light over here and over here. I like having it on the high side here so that you're kind of highlighting some of the stone that you have on this side as well as some of the rockway. Hey guys, it's Cal from The Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoy this video with some more great landscape lighting tips. To learn more about landscape lighting, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca, or if you want to see what a real quality landscape light should look like, go and check out our try it before you buy it offer, where you can get a premium quality fixture at a discounted rate with your very own battery pack, so you can go and test out how that light's going to look and feel what a real premium quality light should look like. So go and check us out at lightingdoctor.ca, or go watch more videos on YouTube just by searching for The Lighting Doctor. Hey Trevor, yeah, thanks for your email. You got a great place here. I think there's lots of nice things you could do. I mean, I would definitely start with this area. I'm always a big fan of trying to highlight the front entrance as much as possible, as well as some of the stairs and the nice rock work you have. So what I would do to get started is I would probably try and use, and I'll just show you all the different lights there, but some accent lights on the front of the house a little bit, followed by a few path lights, and then I think as you kind of get to the back there, I'll talk about the wash lights. I'm glad you mentioned the PB. I think that will be a good option for you. But I'd probably try and get two of those accent lights kind of at the base of the stairs here, so it lights up these pillars in this front entryway. That's probably one of my favorite things to do because it just makes that entryway so inviting. Plus, because you have the white finish on the house, you're going to get some reflective light that will help light these stairs. The only thing I would say with those two lights is you probably want to add something on them called a hex baffle. And you can easily just upgrade with a hex baffle, and basically what it is, it's this little glare shield that fits over the bulb, and all it does, it just helps deflect some of the glare as you're walking up and down, so you don't have a light shining in your eye. Then I would also put I would probably try and put one of those accent lights in this area too, kind of close to the house, maybe like 12-18 inches back, have it shining almost straight up, so it kind of highlights this dark little pocket. And then if you really wanted to elevate things, one thing I would do is I would probably try and mount another one of those accent lights up here to catch this top peak. We have something called a gutter mount that basically it's a stainless steel bracket that fits right in the gutter that you can screw the light into and have it shine up here. And one of the questions I always get asked is it going to be too much light in these windows? And rarely is that the case, because you're not bringing it back and shining it in the window. You're really trying to shine it up to catch the top peaks here. And the way you do that is pretty easy too. You can just run all the wire. The connections are waterproof, so you can do them right in the gutter. Run the wire right to the downspout here and then down, and then you can just come right out the bottom and then make the rest of your connections in the ground here. So that is one thing I would do. And then the other thing I would do, I would probably try and get, a path light over here and over here. I like having it on the high side here so that you're kind of highlighting some of the stone that you have on this side as well as some of the rockway. If you wanted to, I mean, you could try and put one in here, but that's kind of why I like lighting up this area, because you will get some reflective light. And if you have those there, I think that'll be a nice touch. If you did want to add some path lights there, I would say maybe just stagger them, where you have kind of one up top here and one a little lower, and this one is kind of in between those two, and then you might throw another one down over here. And I would probably leave it at that, unless you wanted to add one more path light into this area. I would say you could add an accent light here, but I would wait until these trees maybe get a little bit bigger, because I think it'll kind of overpower things. But maybe 3 path lights along this side and then 1 or 2 on this side, but then really do a nice job of lighting up the entryway here. As I move to the back, yeah, I do like the PB wash light for that. It's not a light we have stock, but we can get those. It's really good, and it's not necessarily important that you light the whole wall and how many you need and how you space them. It's more that you just kind of have them evenly spaced throughout. And two things to consider whenever you're using that wash light. You just got to keep in mind whether you want to just highlight the wall or whether you want to kind of highlight the features and the subtleties of all the texturing in the rock. And my suggestion would probably be to get it closer so it's shining more upright and you're catching more of that texture of the rock. So you get more texture that way. If you bring it out further, it's more of a flat lighting look. So what I would do is I would probably actually try and get like a wash light in here that highlights this area. I'd probably try and do one somewhere over here that kind of highlights this area, and then as you go up that wall, You could try and throw another one here and just try and evenly space those out. I think worst case scenario too, even if you just did 2 of those wash lights, one there and one there, it's not going to light the whole wall, but I think it'll be enough to kind of give you some nice features. Or you could put 3 or 4 of them to kind of highlight that wall. But again, I would try and keep them a little bit closer. Something else you might want to consider, it just depends how big this ledge is actually having those wash lights, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 spaced evenly against the back, and then you just highlight 1 or 2 of these trees with some accent lights. Yeah, and then, I mean, on an area like this, I mean, you could use another wash light in here just to help kind of light the stairway area. Just trying to see here. Yeah, it's tough because you kind of have 2 layers of walls here. So I think if you light these from here, you're not going to catch this. I think this will stand out a little bit more. And then what you could do is just use a smaller, softer wash light on the bottom. So like these guys here are a little bit softer than the PB lights. So you could have the PB lights maybe on the back, maybe 3 of those, and then kind of stagger 2 smaller wash lights on the front area. And that way you get some reflective light here that'll help light that back stairway area. And same thing here. I think the PB light is good. I think here, at least you can have it kind of back here and catch most of this area here, and you will get some reflective light. So I don't think you need a whole lot up top here. In the back, same kind of concept on that back wall. I mean, around the putting green area and stuff, I do like using some of the path lights. The only thing is with these path lights, they're only 12 inches high, or the risers are only 12 inches, about 15 inches. You may want to use something a little bit higher than that. The higher up you get it, the further that light's going to cast. So, I mean, if you were to put kind of maybe 1, 2 in this area, and then a couple along the ledge or edge here too. The nice thing is that you will get some reflective light off these rocks. I love using the path lights close to wherever I have those rocks because it really makes them stand out. And then you do get some reflective light off of that. So I think if you did that and you had maybe 3 along this side and 2 along that side, would do a nice job of lighting this area. And then here, I mean, I would probably keep the same theme of path lights around the putting green area and try and get a 1 path light in here. Again, that 18-inch one that's going to help highlight the putting surface a little bit. And this is, I think, just, yeah, from the other angle. So you might only actually need 2 in here, 2 along here, and then 1 back there. And then for this area, this is where I would just use a standard uplight, just an accent light like these guys. And I would highlight those 3 back trees, just 1, 2, 3. I don't think you need to put a whole lot back there. You just kind of want to make that area a little bit pronounced. So just by adding 3 of those accent lights, one suggestion I will make, and a lot of people make this mistake, is they try and bring that light too far back and shine it at the canopy. You're better off getting it a little bit closer to the tree. Again, that maybe 12 to 18 inches back and having it shine more upright on those 3 trees. And then I would just kind of keep that theme across the back here too, where I'd probably accent this one. I'd probably accent 1 in the back. If there's another 1 or 2 back here to accent, really just to kind of create that perimeter of light so that you kind of see the fun trampoline area and the playground area in the forefront, and have the landscape lit up in the background. And then along this side here, this is where I would just continue with that same wash light theme that you kind of did on the front. But what you could do too is you could kind of stagger. If you have a few of these trees, you accent this one, then maybe put a wash light kind of in the middle here. You throw an accent light on this one, you throw a wash light here, and then you throw another wash light kind of in between or even behind to highlight the wall behind. And then you have the silhouettes of the trees in front. So that's always a good option too. The key with doing that whole area, the wall area, is not so much that you're lighting every single inch of that wall. It's more that you just have consistent spacing. So if it's 3 lights or 6 lights, it doesn't really matter. As long as you space them consistently, it's going to look a lot more natural. And when it comes down to budget, that's always one thing I'd say, is you don't need to light every inch of that. As nice as that would be, you don't always need it. And again, because you have the lighter colored textured rock, you are going to get some reflective light off that too, so keep that in mind. The nice thing that with any of our kits, they usually come with this battery pack thing that you can actually just go and plug these different lights into, and then you can actually test them out. So before you make anything permanent, so maybe you only buy, I don't know, 6 wash lights, and you go and plug them in to kind of see how it's going to look. And you realize, oh, you know what, I should have got some more. Well, then you can order some more, and you don't have to make everything permanent, bury everything before you can decide where those lights are going to go. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any other questions, Trevor, let me know. If you kind of have a quantity and want us to put a kit together for you, you can also let me know that, and we can go from there. And thanks again. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video, just send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.